Hello, MyEdiary. My name's Justin Schubert. I'm not 100% sure if this is what you meant by introduce yourself, but I thought I'd do a little video just to say g'day before I get into the instructional segment of my little clip here and do some adding homework in the MyEdiary administration console. So, a quick rundown. I've been on the coast for 2.5 years, moved up here from Victoria. Originally moved up here to teach, but fell into a job with a company that I liked the look of and worked there for 2.5 years before they unfortunately became insolvent and closed the doors in September last year. Since then I've been working on the help desk for St Andrew's Anglican College, and I'm currently looking for full-time employment my position at the moment is what they call term time, so I only get paid for 39 weeks of the year. It can be a little bit hard to make ends meet under that sort of condition, but more importantly I love the look of the job that you guys are offering. Would love to work as part of your team, so hopefully I'll be seeing you guys soon for an interview, and let's go and do a how-to guide on adding homework. Thank you. Hello everybody, welcome to this tutorial session from MyEdiary. My name's Justin Schubert, and in this session I'll be taking you through how to add homework through the administration console. So let's go ahead and sign in and we'll get started. On the sign in page here you'll see that my credentials have already populated because I chose to save my credentials. If you haven't, then you just need to pop in your email address associated with the account, a password, and then click sign in. This brings us to the welcome page for the administration console. Have a nice welcome message in the middle here, and you also have the icons listed down the bottom that take you to each of the different sections of the administration console. In this instance we're going to be particularly focusing on the homework one. You'll also notice that across the top of the page you have more of a traditional menu as well, with menu items, and if you click on the drop down arrow next to each menu item you'll see the sub menu items as well. Essentially it's the same as the icons that are listed down the bottom of the screen, but some people prefer to use a menu across the top, and there's a few more at the top as well, like integration, and in the help there's a few support and tutorials. Up to you which one you prefer to use. I'll go ahead and use the menu at the top, seeing as how I'm here now, but you can use the icon down the bottom of the screen if you like. Click on homework and that should take us to the homework page, where we can assign homework for various classes and students. Notice here that I don't have any populated because I haven't created any yet. What I have created though is a few of the prerequisites that you'll need to actually add homework. So before you can add homework you need to create a class list and give it a subject name, and to do that you will then have to add students and staff. So you have to go and create students and staff, which you can do up here in the users. So go ahead and pause this tutorial now and create some of those if you haven't already. I've already done that, so I'm going to skip that part and click on assign homework here. Before I do that, there is a show homework wizard which allows you to take some shortcuts to some of the steps that we're going to go through. As you get more familiar with it you'll be able to use that. I won't do that in this tutorial. I'm going to stick with the assign homework button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that now, which brings us to the assign new homework screen. As you can see it's a 5-step process here across the top, and you can see which point in the process you're up to, which is highlighted in black. We're on the very first step, which is to choose the class for this homework that it'll go out to. You can select various options from this drop down list here. I'm just going to leave it as my classes. I've only got one. I created the test subject, so you can do a search in here if you had a whole screen full of them, but I've only got one, so I'm going to select it. Once I click it you'll notice that it goes from the class list into the selected classes, and I'm assuming you can select multiple at once, but I don't have multiple so I can't do that. I'm going to go ahead and click on next. You can use the button down the bottom here, or there's also blue arrows at the top that let you navigate back and forward. I'll click on next in this instance. Now we've left the choose classes and we're into the select student screen. So which students would you like to receive the homework for this class? It looks like it's defaulting to all students in the class, which you can click here, or you can click the little drop down arrow and then you actually can select or deselect individual students that you like. I'll select all of them, all of my 2 test students. There's an option here as well to assign to the new student, so that any new student coming into the class automatically gets the homework. I'm assuming that if you're halfway through a year and a student's come, then you may not want to assign that, but I'll leave that up to your discretion. I'm going to leave it ticked in case any new people sneak in while I'm giving this presentation. Let's click on the next arrow to go to the next section on how to create the homework. Here's where you actually add your homework. So you've got to go ahead and give it a name. Why not call it what we're doing now? I'm going to do mine adding homework, and I'll give it a priority. This is high priority. I need to do this. I'm going to do it well so that I get an interview. Activity, definitely an assessment task. I'm being assessed here. Waiting, well, the interview might be a bit, so I'll give this one 50% and take me a couple of hours to do it. Here's where we add some content for the homework. You can notice here that it's got some options across the top if you want to add various things like images or captions, maybe a link to URLs. I'm just going to keep it very simple. Adding homework through the administration. How are we spelling? Console. Once you've done that, you've supplied all the necessary settings here. Go ahead and click next. And now it's going to ask, when is the homework due? I believe mine's due by tomorrow. I applied for the job this week, so I haven't had a lot of time to do it. And then I'm getting it in by 9 AM tomorrow, which I'm assuming everyone gets to work by then. Oh, I may not have done the 9 properly there. Let's use the slider. 9 AM on the dot. Click next, that's when you'd like to do, and this brings us to the fifth and final step, which is the confirmation screen. So you get to review all your selections here of what you've assigned, double check it, make sure it's okay, and then you've got an option down the bottom here. Do you want to publish it immediately to the students? I'm going to go yes. You could also save it as a draft in case you weren't 100% sure that you'd added the correct stuff or you needed to add stuff later. I'm certain, so let's go ahead and save and publish it. And you'll notice now that the administration screen goes through a few phases where it checks the homework and queues it up, and then once it's in there it'll actually come to a confirmation screen. And here it is. You can actually see that now that we've got homework in here, it's a test subject, 2 students having done 0 progress thus far. A little bit behind the times, these students. Might be a class that needs to get a little bit of a move on. Thank you very much everyone for joining that session on how to add homework. I hope you enjoyed it and learnt lots. If you've got any feedback, don't hesitate to send it through. I'll see you again soon. Bye.